Hi, my name is Molly Sumner. I'm founder of Kindred Companions Dog Training in Frenchtown, New Jersey. And this is my video for the World Dog Trainers Transparency Challenge. I would first like to thank the Glasgow Dog Trainer for starting this challenge, and I'd like to thank Jean Donaldson for coming up with these questions for helping owners decide what dog trainers they want to use. So the first question is, what do I do if the dog gets it right? Well, the simple answer is the dog gets what they want. But the more complicated answer is what the dog wants. And I think that's important to spell out. Every dog is different on what is motivating and reinforcing for them, and every situation is going to be a little different for every animal. So for some dogs it's going to be food, for other dogs it's going to be play, a toy, touching, praise, a game, training, nose work. The list could go on for infinity. But it's whatever the dog finds reinforcing, whatever the dog enjoys, and whatever the dog wants in that moment. One of the best training methods I've ever used involves letting the dog have whatever was their main distractor. So maybe it's getting to go sniff where that squirrel was as long as they walk nicely. But regardless, again, the reward is in the eye of the dog, not in the eye of the trainer. So what do I do if the dog gets it wrong? Well, the dog gets it wrong. First of all, it's my fault. Clearly something is being misunderstood or the situation is not fair for the dog. So first I'm going to look at the environment. Is it too stressful? Is it too distracting? Have they not done it in this location before? Is the dog feeling okay? Is the dog in good health? Those are all things I have to ask myself prior to anything else. Then I'm going to look at whatever else might be going on. Is there an emotional trigger present? Did I not explain the behavior properly? Is there something self-rewarding going on that's making the dog more motivated to do something else? So there's a lot of pieces involved, but regardless, if the dog does something wrong, really all that's going to happen is analysis on me to figure out where the failure is, and then either set the environment up slightly differently, prevent self-reward, but regardless, it's set the dog up for success. So that's what I do if the dog is wrong. And the third question is there any less invasive methods or tools or anything like that that I could be using? And my answer is maybe. There's no concrete answer. The science is always training. The science of training, is always changing. So for me, the only answer to that is I'm going to keep trying to find the least invasive method. That includes going to seminars and conferences and reading books and videos, talking to my colleagues, and continuing to change my methods to make sure that the dog is having the best experience possible. And I just want to leave a little bit at the end of that and say that all three of these questions also count towards the owner. It's important to remember that it's not just the dog, and that when I leave, the owner's still got to be motivated, properly reinforced, make sure that they understand what's being asked of them, and that they're happy so that they can be complacent, compliant, and successful. So I just want to tack on to this that if the owner does it right, I'm going to give them positive feedback. If the owner does it wrong, again, it means I need to evaluate the situation and find out where I'm not getting my message across. And I work very hard to stay positive, articulate, and consider all of my owner's needs when it comes to helping train their dog. So in closing, for this challenge, I'd like to nominate my good friend Pam Dennison, also my good friend Renee Hall, and the great dog trainer in Canada, Sarah Fulcher. And I'd also like to extend this also out to the rest of the Kindred Companion staff to consider making their own videos. Thank you very much.